ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hockey fans around the world, welcome back to the Party Package. Today, I am covering the Colorado Avalanche. Now, last time, I talked about the Chicago Blackhawks, a team in shambles. And yes, I'm wearing a Blackhawks shirt for this video because it's the Stanley Cup champions, and I'm talking about the Avalanche. I was going to put like a sticker, but I don't have one. But anyways, the Chicago Blackhawks last time is a team that is complete and utter shambles and is going to lose everything. They've tossed away their future. I'm not sure exactly what they're doing there. Makes no sense to me. But what do I know? I'm not a hockey GM. I'm just a hockey fan. But today we are looking at a team whose future is now a team that is in the opposite of shambles, a team that is literally the Stanley Cup champions. Defending this year is the Colorado Avalanche. Now, this is a team with superstars laced through at least all the way through defense, on the top line of offense. This team has a bright future as long as things go well, which I'll cover in a second, with a little bit of problems in the back end. Now, my thing about the Colorado Avalanche is that you have a team here with McKinnon, Rantanen, Landeskog, Makar, Taze, Girard, up-and-coming Byram. These guys, this team has so many, just so skilled players, with new coming-up players with like Nichushkin, Newhook, Lehkonen, and O'Connor. These guys are all so good. The problem with this team upcoming is that I have a feeling that this is what, look at what happened now I know this is different, but this happens all the time. Players sign contracts. Remember Jeff Skinner, he had a 43 goals, and he signed a $9 million deal, and now he gets nowhere near where he was doing in one good season. Let's take a look at a person like Valeri Nichushkin, who I've given a star. The stars are telling you people that I think could probably be pretty good this year. But Nichushkin is an interesting question. 52 points last season. He signed, what was it, $6 million. Was it $6? Yeah, it was $6 million for Nichushkin for 52 points in one season. One season he's getting paid $6 million for 8 years. That's 8 right there. 8 years. It's a gamble. It's a gamble. If this guy can play the same way for the rest of those 8 years and get better, because he is young, he's going to get better. Or he could either stagnate or maybe recline. Now, take a look at like a Lehkonen, 38 points last season, getting paid $4.5 a year. He's probably going to get better. But my thing about this team is that they have signed Lehkonen, Nichushkin, and Manson all 8 years for a ton of money. For 8 years after one good season of play. I see a potential, real big problem here of a potential offensive collapse on this team. Now, of course, someone like McKinnon, Rantanen, Landeskog, those guys are going to do great. No, regardless, they're not going to recline or anything, rescind, whatever. Lehkonen, Newhook, Nichushkin, O'Connor, these are all young guys with only one good enough season. Now, I mean, like Lehkonen, 38 points. I mean, he did good in the playoffs, but 38 points in one playoff series where this team was stacked top to bottom. I feel like it's a gamble. It's a gamble. I mean, it's a good idea to keep around the team that won you a cup, especially when they're young. But maybe they're young and there was a bunch of young guys together or they're all super skilled. What happens if a couple of them go away and the lines get shuffled a little bit? Maybe things aren't all the exact same. I see a potentiality that like players like Nichushkin, Newhook, Lehkonen, O'Connor, Comfort, and Cogliano, all of those guys having potential. What if that was just their year? Because I've never seen a team like the Colorado Avalanche in the playoffs absolutely dominate every team that they play. Every team, every game, including the back-to-back, 3 times going to the finals in a row, Stanley Cup champions, the Tampa Bay Lightning. They were walking all over them. It wasn't even close. This team, it was so stacked last year, but they've lost a few of those players that really held this team together, and they've replaced them with, they need roster spots, with a Megna and Maltsev, and they keep Cogliano and Helm, older guys, that, like, especially Cogliano and Helm could definitely rescind. I mean, they only had 16 and 15 points last year. O'Connor 24 points, but he was playing alongside Newhook and I forget who, but Abe Kubel. I mean, what happens this year when now he's playing with Cogliano and Comfort, guys that maybe start reclining this year? I see reclining is like sitting back. That's not what I mean. But this team, that is one of their potential problems, is that there could be a collapse in defense. Another problem is goaltending. Goaltending might be a big issue for them. Georgiev and Francouz, good backup goaltenders, maybe the best, but they've put them together combined, which is an interesting choice to make. I mean, I believe it's a smart idea, because this team has the best defensive built. This team is the best defensive unit in the entire league. I mean, if you're talking skill-wise, you could say the Tampa Bay Lightning might be better, like, defensive and, like, better built to play defense. But if you're talking skill and, like, hard to play against, and, like, it's going to be so hard for every team to even challenge this team. Maybe for the exception of Johnson, but Taze, McCarr, Gerard, Manson, Byram, I mean, that is going to be the toughest 6 players for any team to try to play up against. And that is going to really hold down, and that's going to make sense to keep like a Georgiev and Francouz around. You don't have to pay a lot of money. You have to pay like $5-6 million for a good goalie, when you can only pay like 2 or 3 to have these guys in net, and they're going to get the job done because they already have a superstar stacked team in front of them. It makes sense. Defense is one of their strengths. I would say their defense might be their biggest strength, because they already have so much punch up front that if a team is able to get through that, they have to play against these 6 guys, and then they have a good enough solid goaltending in the back to back up if they even get past them. This team is top to bottom just so well built. But for me, I think what they're missing is, I think they're missing 3 things. One is they need, now obviously Kadri could wind up back there. Wouldn't be surprising if Kadri does end up back on the team. But if they don't, they need a Kadri type player. That one more like 60, 80 plus, 70 plus point guy on this team to fill in that second line center, to really push them over the edge. Kind of like I said in Carolina's video, they need one guy to really just push them over the edge and to cement them as superstar. They're on the verge of superstar, and they just need that one more guy to really push them above that, especially because of their goaltending loss in Kemper last year. But they need like a Kadri level player to put here, to put Newhook back, and put Newhook in the middle of like O'Connor, and get one more. I'd say one thing, they need a strong second line center. Second thing, they need a good like third line potential like second line center, kind of like maybe like a skilled player like an Andreas Athanasiou or something. You know what I mean? Like one of those players that is not going to be like a super. Well, if you want to pick up a superstar, but a guy that is skilled and fast and that can fit perfectly with an O'Connor, Newhook. Imagine O'Connor, Newhook, and Andreas Athanasiou. That would be a strong line right there. I mean, that would be a speed and skill line that might not always get the job done, but they're going to be a threat every time they're on the ice. And then this bottom line, imagine Cogliano, Helm, and Megna, and pick up maybe one more guy, maybe like a Sturm or something if he can bring him back. And maybe pick up a cheaper goalie. Maybe pick up like a cheap goalie, trade away like Georgiev and something, and get back try to get like a Fleury or something to just really cement them. Even if you get somehow past all of our superstars up front, you're not going to score against our goaltender. That would be the 3 things that I think they need to just really push them over the edge and cement them as like the champions going into the playoffs. They're going to make it to the playoffs, there's no doubt. Do they make it to the Cup Finals again? Well, let's just say like first round, they're easily going to beat whoever in the first round. Second round, maybe they have a tough time against a team like the Blues again, maybe like the Red Wings. No, Red Wings aren't in their division. What am I talking about? But this team could definitely make it to the playoffs, finals again, and win with this team. And I don't really think that they're going to have a lot of issues this year. Whoops. This team is solid. This team is stacked. This team is going to go far, regardless of if they add players or not. I think just if they this team right now could be a potential knockout in the playoffs, and I think with a couple additions, they could easily be cemented as the Stanley Cup champions next year. But you can tell me down below in the comments section, because this is the end of the video. So if you enjoyed, please pick up your free subscription down below by hitting that red subscribe button, then hitting the little ding bell that pops up next to it. If you like this video, leave a like, not a dislike, but you can go down below to the comment section and tell me. Leave all your suggestions, feedback, reviews, any other sorts of tangents, rants, and opinions you'd like to leave down below. And tell me, do you think the Avalanche are going to win the Stanley Cup back-to-back this year, or do they not? And that's it. So I guess until next time, I have been Owen the Party Jordan, and thank you for watching, and ta-ta for now.